Hello guys, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time, while I did the top worst Transformers in my entire collection, I am now doing the top 10 best Transformers in my entire collection. Now, these aren't the figures that I'm choosing for these, for this video. This is the honorable mentions. I want to get this out of the way, but Dark of the Moon Shockwave is a fantastic figure. I love him. I think he's really cool. I think that RED Fracture might be my favorite Warrior class Robots in Disguise figure, so I decided to throw him in. I think that Prowl is an awesome repaint. I really love him. I think that Drift is so cool. Thank you to MikeMouse74 for sending that over to me. I think that Fix-It is my favorite Cyberverse Legion or Legends class figure in general. I just think he's that cool. And Revenge of the Fallen Thrust, this might be confusing, could have been my number one, but I'm not going to include him as my number one. While he is a fantastic figure and I absolutely do love him, I love him because he was given to me by my grandfather, who passed away about a year ago, which definitely does suck, I can tell you that. But because of that, I felt like it was kind of unfair, because he is a good figure, but he's not the best figure. So I wanted to go through the top 10 best figures, and not just, I love this because, well, it was given to me by my grandfather. I am going to give it a shout out, though, because of that. But as a figure in general, I do like it, but it's not the best. So let's go ahead and go through my actual top 10 list of Transformers figures. Number 10 goes to Cybertron Hotshot. Let me adjust the lighting here just a quick sec. There we go. Cybertron Hotshot is fantastic. I love him. I especially love him because I've been looking for this guy for like 9 years, since I was really into Transformers. And now that's 10 years and I have him, and that's fantastic. I love this guy. I really do. His weapon is meh, but he's simple, but I like him. I have to really say that I like him because a lot of people don't understand that the Mad Angry reviews where I pretty much shit on this guy was a parody and not my actual opinion. I like this guy. Just want to make that clear. Alright, moving on to number 9 is Transformers Prime Arms Micron Wild Rider. I think this guy is fantastic. I love him. He is a fantastic repaint of an already fantastic mold. The gray and red just really work, and his gold really pops, but it doesn't make him too flashy or anything like that. It just works. It really contrasts itself well. I think he's got a fantastic head mold. I think the Arms Micron looks fantastic. I love the swords. And just in general, he is a very good figure. Moving on to number, 8. We've got Age of Extinction Bumblebee. I think this guy just looks so good, and it might be a personal taste, but this video is going to be full of personal taste. I just think that he's so cool. I love his weapons. I love the fact that he's actually got a face mask. And while I'm not a huge fan of his design in the actual movie, because in the first 3 movies, I like the fact that his chest was actually the Camaro, the front of the Camaro, and then in Age of Extinction, everything got all jumbled up and I can't even tell what's a car part or not. I don't know, it's just something about Transformers. I like it when they show little bits of car parts, because it makes them seem like, well, you can tell, oh yeah, that transforms into a car or something. And with Age of Extinction, it wasn't like that, and I'm not a huge fan of that. But I really do like this. I really do. I think this Bumblebee looks fantastic. I'm not sure, but something about it makes me think this is my favorite Bumblebee in my entire collection. Moving on to number, 7. Generations Sandstorm. This guy is so cool as a repaint / remold. I mean, just look at this guy. Man, he's fantastic. I don't have Springer, but this guy is really cool. I love his paint scheme. I love every little thing about him. Even these giant things that are going to be used as the wheels. I just really do think this guy looks cool. He doesn't look exactly like his G1 self, but they did a fantastic job on this guy, and I love him. Moving on to number 6, Generations Warpath. I mean, it's Warpath. Not really sure what else there is to say, but it's Warpath. I just think this guy's fantastic. He's one of my favorite Autobots personally, and I think that this is the best Warpath we've ever gotten. I don't think they can beat it. I know there's a bad cube Warpath, but I don't think Hasbro can actually beat this guy unless they make their own masterpiece version, and even then they might just upscale this because it looks awesome. God, I love this mold. God, I love this figure. God, I love this guy. Alright, moving on to my top 5, and by the way, the number 1 figure, it might actually surprise you. Number 5 is a two-parter. It's Transformers Prime, Dreadwing, and Skyquake. I mean, they're pretty much the same figures, so you might as well just add them as number 5. I think these guys are totally awesome. The transformation is a little difficult at times, I will say that, but I really do like the look of him. I like the swords, I like the guns, I actually like the jet mode. It's a little bit kibbly, but I really do like the style of it. And I just think these two look fantastic. They look like their show version, and I love them. God, I think they're fantastic. I'm not sure why people would hate this figure. I'm not saying people do hate this figure, but I'm not sure why there would be a reason to hate these, except for you can't really turn the head too much, or else the eyes will actually break inside them, because the head is rubber for some reason. I don't know why. Why did they decide to do that? That's weird. You're weird, Hasbro. Alright, moving on to number 4, it's First Edition Bulkhead. This guy is so cool. It's a figure that I've been looking for a long time. Not as much as Hotshot, but still, this guy was really difficult to find. Like, I could have got Hotshot at any time. This guy was really hard. And I have to thank Nick at Robot Hero Toys for this guy. He's been at the Toy Fair many of times. We've met up plenty of times, except for the last Toy Fair. Unfortunately, he was not there. But this guy is really cool, and I really do appreciate it. I had to sand down the arms, the joint in the arms, so that they wouldn't break. And there was a moth in the wheel for some reason, a dead moth. I don't get why. But this guy is just fantastic. He looks like Bulkhead, and I love him. I love every little bit of him. Moving on to the top 3, we have Generations Hoist. Originally, I hated this mold because it was so short. Like, a lot of the Transformers were already getting shorter and shorter, and this was the point to where I was kind of like, you know what? No, it's not worth it. I don't want to get the Trailbreaker or Hoist. I think those two are terrible just because they don't have as much plastic as some of the older figures. I think that was horrible. Then I bought him. Then I loved him. I love him. I love the gun. Personally, I don't know what it is about it. I want to find Trailbreaker. Unfortunately, I do not have him. But just his design overall, yes, he's got some hollow bits, but whatever. I like him, and he really reminds me of some of the older engineering of Transformers that was really good, like the Universe Classic stuff, or like the Revenge of the Fallen stuff that was really cool. I just really like this guy. I like the colors overall. He's just fantastic. I can't recommend him anymore than I already can. I don't know. Anyways, number 2 is my first masterpiece, Sideswipe. I know I don't advertise them anymore, but I'd like to thank Big Bad Toy Store because they really helped me get this guy. I paid $8 for him, and he's fantastic. I love the coloring of him, and I think as a figure in general, I think he's awesome. Which, by the way, if I didn't say it already, honorable mention to Masterpiece Shockwave. I forgot to bring him out. But this guy is just so cool. I love his color scheme. I love his alt mode. It's beautiful. I think that's my favorite alt mode out of my entire Transformers collection. A little bit tricky to hold the weapons, and I do have my concerns about him, but just overall, I really don't care about the concerns. I just love this guy in general. I think he's the coolest, but he is not my number 1 Transformer. So what is my number 1 Transformer? As I said, the answer might surprise you. Some people probably don't even know that I have this figure. But let's bring him out. It is Transformers Universe Classics 2.0 Ultra Class Onslaught. He is my favorite figure. I looked at all my Transformers, tried to find a figure that is better than this, and at a point, Sideswipe and Onslaught switched. But I just looked at this guy, I held him in my hand. I haven't held him in my hand for the longest time. And it came to me that this guy deserves the #1 spot. I can't think of anything that I hate about him. I really can't. Except for the fact that this piece broke, but that's kind of on my part. And also he doesn't have the turrets on the top here, but again, that's on my part. He's just a fantastic looking design. He really is. He fits together really well. You can change things up with the claws and whatnot. I love his alt mode while it's not a G1 alt mode. I love it in general. I love the idea that he's a SWAT vehicle. I love the little gun that flips up and pew! I love the fact that he's actually got wrist articulation. I like that despite having a rotating head that goes 360, he still has the lights and sounds. And even to this day, he still has the lights and sounds. He's just a fantastic mold. The only actual problem that I can think of in general would be the fact that he doesn't actually combine with anyone. And we got the Combiner Wars one to do that. I still need to find that. But this guy is just so cool that I don't even care that he doesn't actually combine to anyone. That would affect the look of this guy in general, and I think this guy is just too good to combine. I love this guy. I think he's fantastic, and he is the #1 Transformer in my entire collection. So what is your top 10 Transformers? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and those fun. Do that, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.